Hey, now that's the way to start a broadcast.
Yeah, I'm awake now.
You're awake now. Okay, cool.
That's why I opened the mics early. I knew she was going to chuckle.
My chuckle, it's been called many things, but never a chuckle.
You're not a chuckler?
I'm not a chuckler.
No. All right, so you may have noticed right out of the gate here at 6 o'clock. First of all, good morning and welcome to the show. Pete and I have been talking for quite a while, actually, about broadening the horizons of the show.
You've evolved.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. While I'm not willing to give up what brought us to the game, being the paranormal, what I am going to do is we're going to save Agawam Paranormal broadcasts for when we actually have a paranormal broadcast. Being like if we have a guest, like we had, Becky Vickers was on with us one time, Rich Horn. We're actually looking at now doing a broadcast from Maine in September. So, those would all be examples of Agawam Paranormal Radio.
That would be fun to do.
So we're going to do that because I don't want to because it's almost like I'm diluting the topic.
Yeah.
And, there's only so much paranormal stuff that,
I was just going to say that.
we could really go into. We're very active as a team, but I've got so many confidentiality restrictions that there's so much that I simply cannot talk about. So we decided that
I told you, it's a good niche topic, but it won't sustain the show forever.
yeah, exactly. So we're gonna run with this. So this is
All right, ready?
Are you ready? You got the drum roll going?
For the debut for the logo?
Oh, you got it?
Oh, the
Yes.
logo.
You were
I'm
able
all
to do
over
it.
Yes.
You the man.
Ready?
Go ahead, do it. Da 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 da. So we got
A little bit of geek and a little bit of paranormal.
Oh yeah, the Bobby G and Company show.
So I'm in company.
Well,
Yeah.
because you also got to remember we've got Caitlin,
True.
and I've also got Hope,
Yep.
and Pete. Pete is here every week.
So me
I'm
and
the-
Pete are company today.
You guys are the company.
I'm the guy that's always here, so I don't know if I count.
No, you count. You definitely count.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here if you weren't here, so you count.
Yeah. So that's kind of like where we're going to run with a regular. Now, one of the things, too, that I had originally planned, Pete and I were literally just talking about this, is that I wanted to do every week with a different opening theme song. And Pete was like, no, we want consistency. Let's go. So I think at least for the summer, we're going to scramble things, and it's going to be, all the music is going to be a theme song from a show or something like that maybe we grew up with that we liked. One of the ones that came right away was the theme from Johnny Quest.
Oh, my favorite
So
cartoon.
that will be one of the opening theme songs for the show.
I think I have that in my library, actually.
Do you? I've got all of these things already researched for you and got all the links done up already.
That's so fun. I love that show.
That was good. That was a really good cartoon.
What was your favorite episode?
You know the one that scared the living hell out of me?
Spider?
No, the one with the invisible thing that they dropped the paint on.
Yeah.
That terrified me as a kid. I was like, and now I think back of it and I laugh. It's like it's a cartoon.
Yeah, it was a cartoon. But
But
for
that
me,
terrified
it was
me.
that mechanical spider. You
Yep.
remember that episode?
Yeah, I do.
That scared me.
Did it really?
Never forgot it. Yeah, that was, I think, my favorite because it did scare me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
because when I was in Best Buy, I think it was, it must have been 15 years ago, and I saw the complete original series on DVD.
Oh, I would have bought it.
Oh, I did. It's
did
in.
you?
Yeah, you're damn
my
right.
God.
That's in my library.
You're gonna have to let me borrow
Oh yeah,
that.
definitely. But as a kid growing up, I was born in '66. So Pete, you were right around me. Lynn, you're a little older than us, but we're still very close in that Saturday mornings, you got up because you wanted to.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Roadrunner.
God forbid your favorite cartoon was on at 7. Oh, that so sucked. But it was all morning.
true.
It was Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, it didn't end till like noontime, and
Yeah,
then you went
and
outside
then you were
and played
outside
for the day.
Exactly.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
were out with your buddies.
Saturday morning, sitting in front of the TV, your bowl of whatever your favorite cereal was, and
Yep.
we sit on the coffee table and we just went crazy. Roadrunner was one of my favorients too. That was another one.
That was a good, yeah.
Looney Tunes.
Looney
couldn't
Tunes
miss
was
it.
always, that
Yep.
was really always one of my favorites. I always see, being a guy, being a boy at the time, I loved Super Friends. That was one of my favorites. And then the animated Star Trek was out in the early 70s, 73-ish. So, these were the ones that I really, And, stupid ones like Hong Kong Phooey.
Oh my God, I
I
forgot
mean,
about that one.
that always cracked me up.
Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Phooey.
yeah.
Kung Fu and Scooby Doo. Even
Scooby
back
Doo,
then.
the original, and I've got the box set of Scooby Doo,
Oh,
the original
geez.
series.
Loved Scooby Doo.
Yeah, those were always really good.
And it still is. My grandkids, the twins are 5,
Yeah,
and it's all about Scooby Doo. They've
Sure.
got the stuffed animals. They got the little action figures.
sure.
Yeah, Scooby Doo. Very good.
So, I mean, these are all the theme songs that I'm going to be bringing back.
That'll be fun.
And yeah, I mean, like my wife's favorite show is the A-Team.
Oh,
And
jeez.
I never really got into that, but okay, I'll
But
throw
it's
that
good
on.
music.
Yeah, and, Battlestar, the original Battlestar Galactica.
That was kind of cheesy, though.
Which one? What was that?
The first
A-Team?
season was okay, and then after that it got kind of cheesy.
The
Wait,
When they
what?
came to Earth, no, Battlestar Galactica.
Oh.
No, the original.
The
Oh,
original.
Yeah, the original.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Was that Battlestar 84 or something like that?
Yeah, when they came to
And they-
Earth,
yeah.
and it got cheesy.
I
Yeah.
didn't watch it at that point. I
No,
was
we had
bad.
enough problems with illegal aliens at that time, and we don't need them now.
Oh,
I
come
know.
on.
Come
Don't get
on.
political.
I'm not.
Well, you can, because
Too late.
Bob does.
See? But, I mean, it's not, and I had a blast looking up all of these old theme songs.
Did you have to play them all as you
Oh,
were
damn
doing
straight.
it? Yeah.
Well, before I put them on my playlist, to have as a resource to draw from for the radio shows, I have to listen to everything that goes on there.
That's true.
Because I want to make sure that nobody dropped any F-bombs or anything like that at the end of it.
Are you like auditioning DMX for shows, or Kanye West, or
not-
Drake?
No.
Then probably I don't have to worry about F bombs.
No. Oh, I gotcha. But you never know who's putting this stuff out there,
Sure.
and so I always make sure that it's not modified; it's in its original format. And like even you've got a segment that's brand new tonight or today.
Oh yeah, there's
that's coming in.
F-bombs all through it. Where do you hear
I
it?
mean, yeah, I mean it's but I made it a point.
boy.
Made it a point of looking up, the theme from that show.
Yeah.
And I mean, we gave you what we called Lynn's Corner, and it's what's happening.
Yeah.
So the
I
old
kinda had
sitcom.
fun with it. I had
Yeah.
fun with it,
Oh,
looking
yeah.
things up, and some communities do nothing, and some communities do
Well,
a
you know what?
lot.
Some communities don't publicize it either. That's
That's
the other
true.
problem.
I mean, I went by searching websites for each town. I mean, you can't do them all, so I picked 3.
Yep.
And one of them had very little. The other 2 were abundant. So I pick and choose because
Sure.
I could do that for an hour. So,
Yeah.
but it was fun. It was interesting to see what some communities really do.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
fun.
yeah, definitely. So we've got like I said. So this is kind of like a format in
You're doing a
the
variety
making.
show.
It's a format in the making because I'm really not exactly 100% in my mind sure where I want to go with this new format, but we are going to have a lot of fun with it.
We usually do.
Yeah, definitely that, definitely that. But we're still going to have certain segments are still going to be there, like the celebrity births, the deaths, history, day in history, the Keurig moments. We're not getting rid of any of that.
Good.
We did add the Lynn's Corner. Will be after the Keurig moment, and we're just gonna run with things, and we're just gonna have a lot of fun with this. So as far as the audience goes, you can expect continuation of some awesome music. I hope you guys are still loving that, because I have gotten a lot of feedback on the music.
Yeah, good stuff again today.
Yeah, and having a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll put a smile on your face, maybe even make you think about something a little bit differently than you were before, and at the very least, entertain you, but have some fun too, And so with that in mind, let's get into Miss Connie Talbot, who is woohoo. I'm telling you, she's a very pretty girl.
And that's all he needs to say.
That's right. Very, very pretty girl. So, we have... What is this? This is Today in History.
The big, you got the big one for today, right?
Yes, I do. We're going to cover
Okay.
that.
Because there was a live report going on when I was leaving the house this morning
Was it really?
from Normandy. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, they were there. That's right.
Yeah, the French president and President Trump were there.
Yep. Remind me later. I got to get into that with you in a second. So let me start off with, I'm going to actually bounce around here. Today, historical events. In 1808, Napoleon's brother Joseph Bonaparte, didn't even know he had a brother,
Yeah, me neither.
was crowned the King of Spain. I did not know he had a brother.
I didn't either.
Really?
Never heard that.
I don't
That's
know.
new for me.
I don't know if he was like a, pardon the pun, a little brother. I mean,
Oh.
you know,
Couldn't get much lower.
but I mean, you know, hey, in 1833, Andrew Jackson becomes the first U.S. president to ride on a train. He was on his way to Clarksville.
Oh, that's wrong.
Oh, come on.
And I even got it. Yes.
That's wrong. I got it too. That's even wrong.
In 1844, the Young Men's Christian Association, otherwise known as the YMCA.
YMCA.
Come on, try and yeah, there we go. I was gonna say try and do this without
YMCA.
making the letters. Was
Don't
actually
steal Harry's theme song.
that was founded in London on this date in
Really?
1844. Yep.
How'd it get over here?
I don't know. Probably by a boat. I'm just saying. 1933, the first drive-in theater opened in Camden, New Jersey.
I miss the drive-in.
Those things were awesome.
You know, there's still one around, right?
Well, yeah, where is
there's
it?
One
Northfield.
In Connecticut.
Northfield.
Okay. That's
Yeah, Connecticut.
And that Northfield one was featured in the what movie?
no idea.
Twister.
No. Nope. Movie that was shot around here.
I have no idea.
The Cider House Rules.
Never saw it.
Really?
I saw
No.
it, but I don't remember a drive-in.
I never saw that. I
That
don't
was
get
a
out
long
much.
time ago.
Yep.
I don't get out much, but that's okay.
And that movie was shot at the Northampton State Hospital
Oh,
before they tore it all down and made condos and such.
yeah. Well, in 1946, the National Basketball Association was created with 11 teams.
How many do they have now?
I have no idea. I don't watch
20
basketball.
something.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't do basketball.
Me neither.
In 1968, the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy, who was the Democratic Party senator from New York and a brother of the 35th president, John F. Kennedy, died from gunshot wounds inflicted on June 5th.
I didn't realize it happened on
boy.
D-Day. Wow.
Yep. And 1971, the Soyuz program, Soyuz 11 was launched. Then we go, this one, Pete, this one's right up your alley.
Okay.
Tech Talk here, 1984. I know where I was in 84. Well, at least most of the time. Tetris, one of the best-selling video games of all times, was released.
And that is my
in
favorite.
84. Really?
That is my favorite. Tetris, yeah.
No, I never got into Tetris.
Loved
and I'm
it.
big into games, but no, not that one. In 2002, the Eastern Mediterranean event happened. This was a near-Earth asteroid estimated at 10 meters in diameter, exploded over the Mediterranean Sea between Greece and Libya. The resulting explosion is estimated to have had the force of 26 kilotons.
Oh, my God.
What year was that?
2002.
Wow.
Slightly more powerful than a Nagasaki atomic bomb.
Oh, my God.
From a 10-meter asteroid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, bang.
Wow.
It
So-
explodes in midair. Luckily, it doesn't do an electromagnetic pulse, which
No.
would wipe out most of the Mediterranean. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's
why they said the
Siberian.
Siberian asteroid never hit ground. It was the airburst that flattened half of Siberia.
Oh, yeah, that was a huge devastation.
Yeah, it was just the airburst though.
Yeah. So I kind of jumped. I got into historical events, but I wanted to go back without it. This is not a music thing. National What Day. Today.
What?
Yep. Today.
Now, if you're going to start doing that,
No,
I got to
I-
go find.
I actually didn't do it on purpose.
Okay, I got to go find what's his name and do what?
What'd you talk about, Willis?
No, Steve Austin, Stone Cold.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What?
Oh, boy.
All right. So
Cold.
National What Day? We've got today is actually National Yo-Yo Day.
Yo,
Okay. Yeah.
yo.
It's considered to be the second oldest toy in history.
What's the first?
A stick.
Get out.
I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
Yes, you
It
are.
actually said in the article.
stick.
It said that in the article that according to apparently there's some sort of an organization that
Plays with
admits the
sticks?
toy. Yeah. And
Sure.
but yeah, the stick and I guess the rock goes with it hand in hand. Were actually considered the first toy,
Oh, my God.
and then the yo-yo was the second oldest toy in
Tin
history.
can.
I guess I
Oh,
don't
my
know.
God.
So obviously we're going to get into D-Day a little bit, but I'm going to wait on that just a second because I really want to emphasize and not dilute with the others. National Eyewear Day is today.
I'm wearing my goggles.
National Higher Education Day.
Have my glasses?
National Gardening Exercise Day.
Really?
And, hey, I'm not making this stuff up. And
Go do some yoga.
kind of going in with our New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey, it's National Drive-In Movie Day. Woohoo!
Yep.
And I've never had this before, but it does sound pretty good to me. National Applesauce Cake Day.
Applesauce cake?
Ooh.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, but I
Is
love
that going to be like a
applesauce.
breakfast item or something?
Well, I don't
Must be. Like a.
Sounds good, anyways.
I don't know.
A little whipped cream.
Tacos are a breakfast item. I mean,
No,
why not?
for you
can-
they
yeah,
are.
that's what I'm saying.
Yo quiero.
I'm the wrong one to ask about breakfast food. So today, actually, going back 75 years, today was D-Day, which was the landing of the Allied forces on the beaches of Normandy, France. It was staging one of the most pivotal attacks against Germany during World War II. It was actually codenamed Operation Overlord, and it landed 155,000 troops that quickly broke through the Atlantic Wall and pushed inland in the largest amphibious military operation in history. 10,000 Allied troops were killed in the offensive.
Right on the beach.
Well, actually, yeah, exactly. Right immediately
Some of them,
there.
if their landing craft beached out on sandbars, they got shot before they get off the boat
Exactly.
or drowned.
Out of those 10,000 people that died on the beach that day, it's estimated that 4,000 of them were in the first hour.
Wow.
And
Yeah, because a lot of them drowned because their landing craft couldn't make it all the way in,
yeah,
and they got off with their heavy packs and they just drowned.
yep.
They didn't realize they were so gun ho to go that they got off the boat and they realized how deep it was and they just drowned.
Now that's 75 years ago. I mean, I know my father was a combat veteran from World War II. He was actually a crew chief on a bomber, and he saw considerable action over in the European campaigns. But I can't, 155,000 people
That's
hitting that beach.
crazy.
And I was watching the news last night. Pete kind of mentioned this. Channel 40, not 40, ABC, had I don't even remember the guy's name, some bigwig affiliate. He was over in Normandy, and he was interviewing some of the survivors that were still alive, and they were just so humble people. And,
Yeah, they've got to be at least 90 something.
Yeah, they're in their 90s.
Most of them are
Yeah.
90 or 100.
Yeah, they're all
Right.
the ones that they
Because there's one
interviewed
at
were
the
all in their 90s.
soldiers' home that's over 100.
Yeah, and
Wow.
there was a 94, I want to say, year-old guy. Don't quote me on that. He might have been a little older than that. He was one of the paratroopers that landed. He jumped out of a plane in tandem with another skydiver and landed back on the beach, right in that area. And that was pretty cool to see that. And he had been training for 6 months to make that jump. And
That's pretty scary. 'Cause
yeah,
he
but
could have landed in the water. He
They
could've
call them the
landed
greatest
anywhere.
generation for not. They don't call them the greatest generation for nothing.
no,
Yeah.
these people were, cast
And
iron.
the thing is, they came back and they never talked about it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you know what?
They just didn't. They're like, it's no
They
big
didn't
deal.
want to talk about it. My
No big deal.
grandfather was there.
Yeah.
And he got shot in the back. And very, very rarely did he ever speak about what happened to him.
Well, did you know, and I'm kind of tying in my geek here with this, Jimmy Doohan, who played Scotty in the original Star Trek, he was on Normandy. He
I
was
didn't know
he hit Normandy Beach. He was shot 7 times
Oh, my God.
on the beach. If
How the
you
heck did
look,
he survive?
apparently no critical hits. I know one of the shots took off one of his fingers on his right hand. If you watch the original series, keep an eye on Scotty's right hand. Every now and then, you can tell he's missing a finger.
God, I did not know
The
that.
biggest one, there was one episode that was like a Halloween episode called Cat's Paw. And he's holding the phaser, and you could tell he's missing a finger. That's the hand he's holding it with. And I was like, I thought that was pretty cool. Obviously, that
You're going to have to go home and watch one
yeah,
now.
yeah, see that? But what I didn't realize until after the fact was that while I knew he was missing a finger, I didn't know how he lost it. And
So
it
he was
was-
missing the middle finger of his right hand, and he had a hand double.
Yes, he did. He actually did have a hand double to do anything that he was doing with his right hands. If it was a close-up on its hand shot, it was somebody else's hand for the right hand.
Wow. So he could
So when he holds up his right hand, he actually doing the Spock symbol.
Yeah.
almost, yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't need to do anything. His middle finger's gone. It's perfect.
Wow.
Yep. So there you go. There's a little bit of geek trivia for you there.
Definitely.
And, you know. But again, you know, it's hard today. You know, 75 years ago, I wasn't even an itch in anybody's underwear.
I was graduating from high school.
75 years ago?
No, I thought you said in 74.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't an itch either at that point.
No, I was
75,
well
yeah.
in '74. I was 8, but you know, it just the things that generation did. You know,
Yeah.
Pete, like you said, you know, it just boggles the mind.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, like you guys both commented how you know they didn't talk about it.
No.
But I think that also applies to combat veterans across the board. Mm-hmm. Because Hope's brother was a Vietnam vet, and
Boy.
he never talked about it.
Yeah, they did not
And-
have it well over there. They went
No.
through stuff in Vietnam that we've got a friend that was exposed to that Agent Orange,
Yeah.
and Larry is a total mess from head to toe.
Really?
Because he was there and what he dealt with and what he was exposed to. His whole insides are just deteriorated, and it's all from that. He had to retire when he was like 49 years old.
Wow.
Because he was so bad.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess
Luckily,
each
we've-
generation has that. Unfortunately, that
Well, luckily
You
we've
know.
we've learned from that because
I hope so.
when the troops came home from the Gulf War,
Oh yeah.
I was there because I was in college, and there were hundreds, if not 1,000, people there every time a plane landed
Yeah. I
to
know.
welcome them back, and it was a complete, societal change from how we treated the Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. We were happy to see them come back,
And this is-
we were
it's-
happy about what they went over there and did.
I think, you know, also, too, I think everybody realized that this is the way it should have been handled with the Vietnam vets.
Yep.
And I think to a large degree, people were embarrassed by the way the Vietnam
They
vets
should
were
have
handled.
been.
Well, people
And-
finally realized that you may not support the war, but you should support the guys having to carry
Right.
it out no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
instead of being embarrassed that your husband's over there fighting for freedom, you should be proud that he's over there fighting for freedom. My husband went over there, and even though I hated being alone all that time, when he came home, the pride is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, even if you didn't support the politics of it,
Yeah,
you still support the guys that have to
Exactly.
carry it out
You have
because
to.
they don't have a choice.
that's right.
But, you know, like you said, Pete, I mean, it was a whole different, you know, when the Gulf War ended and all that stuff, it was a whole different mindset. At the time, I was actually living in Chicopee, and I went to Westover a couple of times.
We did
with
a
the-
lot.
with the planes landing, and I was just Joe Civilian. I was nobody, you know. And but you're right. You did it because you wanted to do right by these folks and say thank you, and that's
Yeah.
huge.
And that
That's
meant a
huge.
lot to them too.
Sure,
I
sure.
mean,
Oh, God,
they
yeah.
recognized that there were people there who didn't have anybody coming home,
Yeah.
but wanted to be part of saying thank you.
Exactly.
It was huge.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
well, what was it, Pete? They had, I don't remember the artist, but what was it, The Wind Beneath My Wings or something like that? It was a huge popular song
Oh,
at the
was
time.
that?
Bette
It was a
Midler.
country. No, it was a country song.
No,
done-
Proud to Be American
Yes,
by
Okay.
what's his name? Oh, cripe's sakes,
it's
I'll
a
remember
country
it.
singer.
But, you know,
Yeah.
you get my point. I mean, everybody was on board this
Right.
patriotic bandwagon at the time, making sure that the mistakes of yesteryear did not happen again with these folks coming back today.
Yeah, we can't afford to
And-
be that way again,
No,
ever.
no, definitely not. So listen, we are going to talk about D-Day a little bit more a little later on in the broadcast, but I want to jump into some celebrity births. So if we can cue up some Marilyn.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
You know, Lynn just says to me, "Can she even really sing?" And I just looked at Lynn.
Not exactly.
And I looked at Lynn and I'm like, "Who cares?"
Oh, stop.
I mean, my God.
You know.
I can do that good in the shower, for crying out loud. That's
Okay,
the only
then.
place I sing.
Oh, okay, good. Thank God. So that's not going to be on your What's Happening segment for
No, not this
Westfield this week. Okay, good. All right, so we've got a few celebrity births. In 1867, Mr. David T. Abercrombie was born. He died in 1931. He was an American businessman and founder of Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yay.
Wahoo! 1947, and I did not realize this guy was this old. Robert Engold however you pronounce it. American actor and director. He was Freddy Krueger back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
He was born
Okay.
at 47. He's 19
Okay,
years
that's
older
not
than
that
me.
old. Be careful.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember as a kid going to see those,
yeah.
in the 80s.
Freddy?
Going to see the Freddy movies.
Those scared the crap out of me.
Did
I
they
only
really?
watched it once, and that was it for me. I didn't like it.
Another actress that I did not realize her age, born in 1959, Amanda Pays, who's an English actress. She's been in a lot of movies. The biggest one for me that I remember her in was if you ever saw the movie Leviathan. It was an underwater creature feature.
Yeah.
She was the little cutie that was running around all the time.
Oh, okay. Peter Weller was in that.
Yes, she.
That was a good movie.
Amanda Pays survived the.
So
the
she was the
experience.
one. Wasn't she pregnant? And she was like his
No,
girlfriend.
that's Deep Star 6.
Oh.
Whole different movie, but still good.
But
they
kinda
came
the
out
same
around
thing.
same premise. Yes. All right, Pete. Anthony Norris.
Yes.
Anthony Norris. Do you know who that was?
No.
Or is? He was born in 1970. Do you remember Ahmed Johnson from the WWE?
Vaguely.
Massive guy. Well, he was born in 1970. 1972. Probably, in my book, one of the most beautiful women on TV. And just something about her that I've always liked. Natalie Morales from The American Journalist, from the Today Show.
Yeah, where is she now? She's somewhere.
I have no idea.
I saw her somewhere, and I can't remember where the heck it was.
But there was just something about her. I always thought she was very pretty.
By the way, you know who can really good sing well as a celebrity? Giselle Bundchen.
Who?
Giselle Bundchen.
Who was that?
Tom Brady's wife.
Oh.
In stereo.
I
like Yeah,
it. I
right?
thought you said she was a celebrity.
She
Well,
is a
she
celebrity.
is. Are you
She's like
kidding
one of the
me?
highest paid women in the world.
Did you ever see her on the runway? Trust me, she's
No.
a celebrity.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, I'll take your word
She's
for it.
gorgeous.
I don't know.
Gorgeous.
I don't know. Hey, he had
Oh,
what
he
was her
had
name?
Monahan.
No,
Bridget.
Daisy Duke. The remake of the Dukes of Hazzard. What the hell is her name? I can't think of it. The blonde.
No, you're thinking of Tony Romo, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, was that it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
His ex was Monahan there.
Bridget Monahan from Long Meadow.
Well, that's what was her first kid was with her.
Oh, okay.
They weren't married, but
He used to. My ex-wife's friends had lived right across the street from the Monahans.
Okay.
oh wow.
So at Thanksgiving, they'd see Tom roll up for Thanksgiving dinner before he was married to Giselle,
Oh.
and he'd roll up, and people were looking out of the house or waving or whatever, and it was just kind of like this Long Meadow neighborhood that he'd show up for Thanksgiving for, and it was kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got jumping up to 1974. Do you know who? Now, this is a musician, so you may know this guy. Matthew Schaefer. Do you know who that is? That's his real name.
Is his nickname Paul?
Nope.
No. No.
He's an American singer and songwriter, also known as Uncle Cracker.
Oh, okay.
I still don't know who it is.
You will
I
in
know
a
who
minute.
Uncle Cracker is, yeah.
You will in a
He
minute.
did a Dobie Gray song,
In 19...
and I won't even give away the song.
Nope. 1985. Andrew McLean Galloway IV was born.
Huh?
He's a Scottish wrestler. You know him.
Oh, I don't know any wrestling.
Scottish?
Fucking
Is that
wrestling.
the guy Drew?
Yes, it is.
Drew
Drew
McIntyre?
McIntyre.
I've met him,
Have you really?
Yeah, we went to a pay-per-view in Boston,
Okay.
and we got out kind of late because we ate dinner afterwards or something, and driving back on the Mass Pike at the Charlton rest stop. We went in to go to the bathroom and gas up the car.
He was at the urinal next to you?
No, he was out in the lobby. He was out in the lobby with a whole bunch of other people. They were all driving back
Okay.
or driving to the next stop.
Yep.
And I didn't ask for an autograph, but I just shook his hand. And Timmy was like 12 or something. He looked up at him, and he's like 6'7" or something. He's a
big boy.
dude.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He was a big dude, and this was years ago in his first stint with WWE, and he was
Yep.
just very gracious and nice guy. And he
Nice.
enjoyed the fans going. People were taking pictures, but I just went up and shook his hand and said, "You guys put on a good show."
That's cool.
And he goes,
Well,
"Thank you."
Actually, I'm glad if you shook his hand. I'm glad you weren't in the bathroom at the time. That could have been a little
Yeah.
more awkward.
Hopefully he washed
Right.
his hands.
I would never do that.
Now, is it
Okay.
true that wrestling is fake?
Well, it's scripted.
Yeah, the outcomes are scripted, but the pain is real.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, pound for
Yeah.
pound, they're the best athletes in the world. But what they do is highly scripted. Otherwise, they'd be dead. There's no way you're going to hit somebody with a steel chair 18 times, and he's not going to
Jeez
be.
Louise. I mean,
But
You know what I
stuff goes
equate
wrong.
wrestling to? It's a male soap opera.
Exactly that. exactly that.
If you look at it in the context of male soap opera, then it makes complete sense.
Yep. But stuff happens. Like
yeah.
Triple H, my all-time favorite, actually tore his quad from his leg and continued the match.
Yeah. He was hobbled, but yeah, he continued.
He was out
Rey
for a
Mysterio
while.
just separated his shoulder, had to give up
Yep.
his title.
Yep.
That wasn't in the script.
No, that was not. Yeah, that was definitely not. But you know when Triple H got hurt and he came back after that quad injury, you know the first place that he actually did a live appearance?
Where?
Springfield.
Oh, really?
Yep, I was there.
Yeah, because he believes
place-
in the branding, yeah.
That place went nuts.
Oh, yeah.
He came out and the crowd they didn't know he was going to be there. The crowd went ballistic.
Yep.
Every time he tried to bring the mic to his mouth, he couldn't because the crowd just picked right up again. He stood in the ring for literally 15 minutes before they would let him talk.
I've seen,
Oh, my
sometimes in the
God.
live TV, it's been like that.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan was a big one when he came back.
Yep.
By the way, have you seen John Cena's now doing the new host of Who's Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I'm not going
Yeah,
here.
no.
That show, I mean, the first show was Jeff Foxworthy on Fox.
Yeah.
And now Nickelodeon picked up the game show, and John Cena's the host.
You know, he went to
He's a funny guy.
he went to Springfield College, and
His workout partner is a guidance counselor in East Long Meadow.
I actually know
His college
somebody
roommate.
that was in school with him, female, and she was telling me that she knew him in college, and he went to all the different parties. The hardest thing that he had, biggest problem that he had, was keeping his clothes on during a party. He apparently liked to get drunk and strip.
Well, I mean, dude's
Okay,
got
who doesn't?
But I mean, come
he's
on.
got a phenomenal physique.
I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, that's Cena's definitely box office, no doubt. I mean, that guy's the face of. But so I'm going to go with.
He's retired from wrestling now. He ain't coming back.
Yeah, pretty much. He may do a cameo on occasion, but I don't think he's got any major storylines coming.
I'd love to
Okay.
see The Rock come back once in a while.
This is as close as I
Wrestling
get
talk.
to wrestling. I watch a very old show called
Oh yeah, I thought you were
Haven.
gonna tell us about
Well-
your Jello pool in the
Oh
backyard.
no, that's another whole
Oh, okay,
story.
that's a whole
Oh.
nother,
That's
that's a
for
whole nother
another-
show.
That's part of my activities.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, I watched this show Haven, and
Yeah,
there's
the Edge is on it.
Edge is on it. He's
Yeah.
a really good actor.
You do know that Haven is
Copeland.
like
Aaron,
Old.
it's
yeah, I
been
picked it
gone
up
for
on
a while.
Netflix. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good show. Definitely is a good
Yeah.
show.
But he's on it, and he's a very good actor.
his
So
wife is a wrestler too.
So some of them do have other
Yeah, Beth Phoenix.
useful talents.
They do?
Where they don't hurt their body. So this guy acts.
He had to retire, otherwise he broke his neck.
Yeah,
Oh.
he retired due to injury.
But
They
he's a
said
good-looking guy.
one more bump and he could have been paralyzed for
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Oh, good. I'm glad he's acting.
So the
'cause he's
injuries are
great.
real.
yeah, they are.
6:35 on WSKB.
Yeah, I know it.
Is that a hint?
Let me
Yes.
let me crank out the celebrity deaths, and then we're gonna break into our first song. You don't have to play the paparazzi there.
Okay, you
he
didn't
is
play
doing
it
it.
last week.
I'll play it
either.
underneath.
All right, there we go.
All right.
All right, so back in 1969, we already talked about this. Robert F. Kennedy passed away. He was born in 1925, an American soldier, lawyer, and politician, and he was the 64th United States Attorney General. 2005, I got a double hit for 2005. Anne Bancroft passed away. She was born in 1931, American actress and singer. And the final celebrity death of the day, I had to see his picture to know who he was. Dana Elcar was an
How
American.
come that name sounds familiar?
He was in a
Dana
boatload
Carr.
of stuffs. I'm trying to think of and now I'm drawing a mental blank here. He was an American actor and director, but he was in, look up what, because I'm drawing a blank on what,
Last name was what?
Elcar, E-L-C-A-R.
E-L-C-A-R.
Thank goodness for Google.
Yeah.
Kidding.
So,
It just name sounds wicked
Oh,
familiar.
yeah.
you know him by sight.
Yeah.
What was the series that he was in? Because
MacGyver.
MacGyver, that's what I thought, but I thought it was wrong.
Yep.
Oh, he was the guy that was the
He was Peter
agent.
Thornton.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
It's like I knew the name.
yeah, definitely.
He was a character actor in a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes,
too.
he was.
The minute you see his picture, you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never knew his name, but yeah, exactly. I saw
Yeah.
the picture. I was like, oh my God. So, yes, as Pete said, it is now 6:36. We have bent your ear long enough. Let's get into a song. I'm actually going to play, because it was his birthday, we're going to play some Uncle Cracker. We're going to open with that today. And this is his rendition of Drift Away. And you're listening to the Bobby G and Company Show. Ha ha.
Oh my God.
Day after day, I'm more confused. Yet I look for the light through the pouring rain. You know that's a game that I hate to lose. And I'm feeling the strain. Oh, it is shame. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. I don't understand the things I do. The world outside looks so unkind, and I'm counting on you. You can carry me through. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? And when my mind is free, you know a melody can move me. When I'm feeling blue, the guitar's coming through to soothe me. Thanks for the joy that you're giving me. The joy that you're giving me. I want you to know that I believe in your song. Rhythm and rhyme and harmony. You help me along. Oh, you're making me strong. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Drift away. And give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Just give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Yeah. Oh, won't you take me? Oh, won't you take me? I wanna drift away. Won't you take me away? I wanna drift away. I wanna drift away. Take me home. Let me drift away. Won't you take me away?
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Hey, good morning once again, everybody. This is Rob Goff with Ag 1 Paranormal. You are listening to, I got to get used to this, the Bobby G and Company Show.
We're trying to beam you in right now.
I've got that sound effect. Hold on, wait a minute.
Look.
Oh, wrong one.
Ah!
There,
That's
how's that?
cool.
Okay, cool. All right.
Can you beam him out? I mean, I know you can beam him in, but can you beam him out?
Yeah, I'm going to stab you with my pen in a minute.
Yes, I can watch. Look, he's gone.
Oh,
Look at that.
bye-bye.
And now he's back.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Although, unfortunately, you have to go too, though.
No. I don't
See?
want to go.
Okay. All right, we'll both hang out for a little
That's a
bit
famous Doctor Who line.
All right, so let's, I got to make up a little bit of lost time here because we did have quite a lengthy talk segment previously.
Well, you have an extra half an hour today.
We do. But let's get into the Keurig facts. Take it away, Frankie.
Way down among Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the billions, so they've got to find those
Kind of a
extra cups
snappy
to
little
fill.
tune there, huh?
They've got an awful
All right.
lot of coffee.
So I've got 3 interesting facts here that are going to make you the smartest person at the office Keurig machine. And if you don't have an office Keurig machine, talk to your boss and get one because you need this segment to be covered.
Don't put Aromatic out of business.
Yeah, well, maybe they should start selling Keurig product. I don't know. Just saying. So we've got a couple of things here. Let's go with the first one here. And I did know this one, but I don't know if this is common knowledge. Do you know what a group of crows is called?
No.
It's called a murder.
Really?
I actually knew that, but I
Are
didn't
you a
know.
Stephen King fan? Is that it's probably been in all of his books?
Yeah, that makes sense. I never attributed that to Stephen King, but it does make sense that he would utilize that. So that's what it is. It's called a murder. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of morbid.
How does the English language come up with things like that?
I have no idea.
That's another episode.
I'm thinking drunken stupor comes into play here.
We need to invite Gallagher in.
Remember, marijuana is legal in Massachusetts now. All right. So, another one for you. Here's number 2. The Great Lakes have a combined area of 94,230 square miles. This is larger than the states of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Vermont combined.
Okay.
That's huge. I did not know that. That one was new to me. And here's kind of a little whimsical one for you if you're heading out to Utah in the near future. Don't even think about having sex while in a moving ambulance in Tremonton, Utah, as it is very, very illegal.
You take every fun I have away from me.
Of course, a stationary ambulance is another story.
Yes.
Oh my.
So those are your Keurigs. And I'm going to introduce you now to a brand new segment. The main segment here, get your notes ready here.
Get ready.
This is what I'm calling Lynn's Corner, but this particular one is what's happening. And this is actually what's going on this weekend.
It's a little bit of the weekend, a little bit of during the week, because I found that in some communities they have something almost every day.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So, Pete, play the intro music, if you would, please.
Ah, cute. All right, I'm going to start with Westfield.
Well, tell us, where does that music come from?
Lynn, what's happening?
What's
There you
happening?
go.
That was what, like the 70s, 80s?
Yeah.
Late,
70s.
mid to late 70s? Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember when I was a
Old
kid.
one.
I remember watching that. Good show.
I was in high school, so I had better things to do, but,
Uh-huh.
just saying.
So what do we got going on?
All right, so I'm going to start with Westfield, and I apologize right up front. I did not have the time to do every community because I'll tell you there's a lot going on out there.
You should create a Gmail just for the What's Happening segment
We
and have
could.
people send stuff to you.
I like that.
So give them your email account.
No.
What is it?
Make a new one this week. Make a new one for this segment
All right.
because you don't want to get flooded with all that stuff.
Right.
Well, you know what you can do? If you got something you want to hear on Gmail or if you got something you want covered, send it to agawam.paranormal@aol.com, and I will forward that to Lynn directly.
Yeah, and then we'll get your event.
Yeah, and if it's something that's if it's something that you want to really promote, if it's a big event that you've got coming up, let me know. And
Say you want to be a guest.
we'll put you on the air and let you promote it. Exactly. We'll
Even
put
better.
you in. We'll put you in the guest seat.
We'll
So-
lock you in with duct tape.
Go ahead, Lynn. Take it away.
All right. So, for obvious reasons, I did Westfield first, and I went to Stanley Park, who has a wonderful website. Anything you want to know about Stanley Park, get on their website. I mean, it was just pages and pages of lots of great stuff. So what I found for this week is their 8th annual wheel walk. This event is designed to accommodate everyone with or without wheels. Registration will be at the Beverage
Pavilion.
Pavilion at 9 o'clock, and the walk goes from 10 to 12. And it's designed for people who they can't walk unless they bring their kids, so they have a stroller or they're in a wheelchair. It's really just to bring awareness to not everybody can just throw their sneakers on and go. It's for people who
All the trails that they use for the wheel walk. It basically highlights the accessible trails that they have on site.
Yep.
And there are several of them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool event. I had never heard of it before. And
I
it's
DJ'd
the
it once
8th
before.
one.
I DJ'd it once before, and the scouts are heavily involved with that.
Mm-hmm.
They assist all the people in finding the trails and things like that. And then there's a cookout afterwards.
Yeah, so for more information, definitely get on the website. The second thing at Stanley Park is on Sunday nights they have their concert series. And this week is the band's called 91 South.
They were in the 350 parade.
Yep. And
I know one of the drummers. The drummer is from works for our Gas and Electric.
Oh. Well, they do music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and that starts at 6 p.m.
They're a good band.
Yeah, it sounds it.
And
Let's
that'll
see.
be in the Beverage Pavilion, I believe, as well.
That it did not say.
Yeah,
but
all
I
the-
think it's the only one that they have is that pavilion, right?
That's the new one. The old one still exists.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, but the Beverage Pavilion is the new one that they built, and the old one they tore part of it down because it was falling apart.
Well,
but
that's
they
good.
saved. Well, it was unsafe. They saved part of it. It was the original wooden one that was built there when the park was open.
Huh.
Oh.
I've
But they
been
built a
down there.
brand new pavilion with new modern facilities and stuff like that. But you'll find the one with the speaker arrays hanging from the ceiling and the light truss. You can't miss it. And there's parking there as well.
Okay.
Parking in the Rose Garden. It's about a 2-minute
Oh,
walk.
the Rose Garden is gorgeous. I went to a wedding there.
Yep,
Ah,
go early and then go
beautiful.
early and tour the Rose Garden section, and then just
Yeah.
walk right. Bring chair. There's chairs available, but they suggest you bring chairs as well for that one.
Okay. Now, what I also
Can you tell I've
found
been
out
done this
was
before?
during the week, the park also offers programs almost every day. So on Tuesday, they have Zumba in the park. On Wednesday, it's yoga in the park. And on Thursday, they do a walk around the park for children. For start times, please, again, check their website because it might change on a weekly basis, but that's what they had for this week.
And you can always call. You can look up their telephone number and give them a call.
Mm-hmm.
Bob McKeon and his staff are pretty good over there about answering the phone.
Nice. And that gives me a place I can wear my new yoga pants, too.
Oh, boy. Don't
There's
get
an image.
started.
There's an image you can get.
We're not going there. All right, and the only other thing I found in Westfield was Amelia Park. They also offer a free concert on Tuesday nights in the garden.
Correct.
All right, so then I went to Southwick.
They I think they have the concert list on their site, don't they?
They
offer all kinds of-
I did not see that.
All right, because Tina had that one. Maybe I'll get it and send it to you as well.
Okay. All right.
Oh, the
so-
nice thing about that one is if it's raining, that
Yeah.
concert's rain or shine because they move it indoors
At Amelia Park? Where do they go?
into the ice arena.
On the rink.
Well, they don't go in the rink; they go in the lobby area.
Oh, okay.
They have a pretty big lobby area,
Yeah, they
so
do.
they move inside.
Yeah.
Okay, Yeah, I've been in there. That's it's very nice. All right, so then we're going to move to Southwick. There was only one event that I could find, and this Saturday, which is June 8th, it's the 8th annual Classic Car Show at the American Inn for Retirement Living. The times are 10 to 3, and this event will offer a photo booth, music, food trucks, Westfield River Brewing Company beer truck.
Hello.
That's my personal favorite.
The tap truck, yeah, their pickup.
Yep.
That's a great truck.
And a bounce house for the kids and a 50-50 raffle. So it sounds like fun. And they also had a website for that.
Speaking of Southwick, a little preview. Joe Didi does his Everything Southwick show. And we taped it at the gazebo right on Congamon Lake where the boat ramp is. And he featured the restaurants of Southwick. He featured 6 different restaurants, and they all brought food.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, there's something we got to think
There's
about.
2 barbecue joints in Southwick, you know.
Oh, I love
And their
barbecue.
food was good.
I'd say we could do pizza places in Agawam, but they're dropping like flies.
Well, pick the 2 best ones, and we'll have a pizza off.
Yeah, they're both gone.
Really?
Yeah. There's been like 4 pizza places closed in Agawam in the last few months.
Really?
Yeah.
Ferrantino's is my favorite.
What's the one
Ferrantino's.
over by the Cumberland Farm? Is that
Beach Street
Apollo?
By Six Flags.
Oh, I don't go out that far.
Is that Apollo? What's the one by the Cumberland Farms there? Apollo?
Oh, across the street, you mean?
Parthenon?
Parthenon.
Apollo? You were close.
Yeah.
I knew it was a Greek. It's Greek pizza.
Yeah,
No,
they're
they're still
okay.
there.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, they do a good meal. I like Parthenon.
All right, so what do we got? What else we got
All
going
right,
on here?
last one is Agawam for obvious reasons. Yay! So Agawam's got some pretty cool stuff. On Fridays, the 7th and the 14th of June, starting tomorrow actually, Six Flags is hosting Senior Day at 10:30. This event is for high school seniors who would like to go to the park for a day. It costs $44.
Oh,
And I know
That's
that's
almost full price.
well, it is, but this is what you get. I kind of did the same thing as I'm reading it. I'm going
Really?
$44. Like, how many high school seniors have $44? But if you do, it includes parking, entrance into the park, which includes the water park, all-you-can-eat buffet, and free entertainment in the Grove all day.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah, for $44. You ever go to one of their buffets?
High school kids
It's
can
pretty
eat.
good. Yeah. And this is all day. It does require early registration by calling 821-2469. You have to call and register first and get your tickets.
okay.
Yeah, it sounded like a good deal. If you got the money, get a bunch of friends together. And if you bought, I think it says if you buy 10 tickets, you can have an adult come with you, like you would want an
Oh,
adult
yes.
to come with you, right?
When you said senior day at the park, I was thinking, what are they going to
Old
have,
people?
like geriatric? Here, let me hold your walker while you get on
The
the roller coaster.
AARP
Right?
discount?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, it's
So now
high
what-
school seniors.
Kind of curious on this. What happens if you have a season pass?
Good question.
There might be a prorated rate or
I would,
something.
Yeah, there
I
might
would hope
be.
there's
That's why you have to
provision.
call them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
really got to call either way, whether you got a pass or you just pay for the food, maybe $10, $15. I don't
no,
know.
it's probably $42 for the
42.
food. Yeah.
$1 for parking.
Yeah, $1 for parking, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so next thing is on Sunday the 9th at the Federal Restaurant. If you've never been there, it's a pretty cool place.
Risotto balls.
Yep. They are hosting.
She let that one go.
Yeah.
Even I let that one go.
How's that going there, Pete?
Yeah.
They're tasty.
Okay, they're hosting the Perfect Pink Party Rose Wine event. That's the whole name.
Okay.
Okay.
The Perfect Pink Party Rose Wine event. That's a lot. It starts at 1. They're having it on the lawn, and it will include sampling of 50 wines and enjoying a wide range of food. Now, they had the whole list of food. There was too much for me to even write it all down.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Between the wine and the food, you can't complain.
Did they have Pete's balls on that menu there?
No, sorry, Pete.
That's like the best appetizer in the bar.
Yeah. It's a little pricey. It's $65 a person. But if
Yeah, but
you're-
their food is. I mean,
Yeah.
the restaurant's expensive, so
Yeah.
it's
their
top
food is
shelf.
unbelievable.
And 50 wines, 50 glasses of wine.
Somebody
you
needs
can
to tell
get-
Kenny about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Okay, so the last thing is on Friday the 7th at the Agawam Senior Center. This is tomorrow. They're having their Windjammer Circus Band, which is part of the 15th season of the applause events that are offered at the Senior Center, We did one of their events.
Yeah, we did.
You might need
Yeah.
to call them and pre-register for that one.
It didn't say that.
Yeah, usually for stuff like that, though, I know that Tina always says they fill up fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the room is a good size, but
Yeah, it'll fit about 160.
yeah. But this
Well, yeah.
Windjammer Circus Band it's been around. It sounds like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Very
that's
cool.
what I have for around town for this week.
6:57 at WSKB.
Yeah, really. So real quick, we've got.
That hour went by fast.
It did. We got 69 degrees currently outside with an expected high of 80 today.
And it's muggy.
It is very muggy,
is
very
muggy.
humid. Sunset today at 8:22 this evening, but it's going to be a very cloudy day, so I don't think we're going to see too much of that sun. Fortunately, I have a brand new air conditioner that's being delivered today. Oh, man.
I got to put mine in.
Well, I've got...
Haven't done it yet.
I got my future son-in-law coming over tonight to give me a hand. Basically, he's going to do it with this new air conditioner. And I think I'm going to have the one put into the bedroom tonight.
When you can't sleep, that's
Yeah, 90
miserable.
minutes of sleep last night just did not cut it.
I turned on all the fans and it was okay.
I've got, literally, we were just talking about this on a way in. I've got 5 fans in my bedroom. And they were all cranking. And all it was doing was moving the soup from one corner of the room
Well,
to the
you're
other.
just hot stuff. What can I say?
You know, no, it's not me. It's not me. It's my Portuguese-Irish wife.
Kill
That's
me.
the hot stuff right there. So
Nuclear generator. I know. I understand
I'm
what you're
telling
doing.
you. I'm telling you. So let's break into our next song. This is my 6:30 song. So, I mean, we're only a half hour behind schedule with this. So kind of going in with I was hoping for a little bit of sun today for this song. But we got the cloudiness.
You might.
There's blue skies off to my right,
I
so
was just
it's
gonna
coming.
say
Okay,
that.
all
You
right. So
might.
good. We're not
This is more foggy stuff that's going on right now.
We're not really false advertising at this place at this point in time. So we're going to play some ZZ Top for you.
Yeah.
And this is another great song by them. This is Cheap Sunglasses, and you're listening to the Bobby G and Company Show.
When you wake up in the morning and the light has hurt your head, the first thing you do when you get up out of bed is hit that streets a running and try to beat the masses. Go get yourself some cheap sunglasses. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Spied a little thing and I followed her all night in a funky fine Levi's and her sweater's kinda tight. She had a West Coast strut that was sweet as molasses. Man, what really knocked me out was the cheap sunglasses. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! some thick black frames with the glass so dark they won't even know your name. And the choice is up to you, 'cause they come in two classes. Rhinestone shades or cheap sunglasses. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Hey, good morning once again, everybody. This is Rob Goff, and you're listening. I should start saying Bobby Goff. I got to get used to that. And you're listening to the Bobby G and Company show, a little different from the Agawam Paranormal Radio show. One of the things, too, is that if you don't know me, I am a big guy. There's no ands, ifs, or buts.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Yeah. And many years ago, in my days of youth, I worked at Holyoke Underwater, and I was one of the assistant instructors, and I worked in the shop and the whole 9 yards. And when I first started working there, John Pop, who was the owner and my boss and my good friend, he pulled me aside, and I always went by either Bob or Rob at that point in my life. And he pulled me aside, and he's like, you know what? He says, you're too damn big and you're intimidating. Don't use Bob or Rob. Go with Bobby. It's more friendly, it's more approachable, and hence Bobby G was born that day. And ever since then, depending on where I am, who I'm with, I answer to Rob. My wife calls me Rob. I go by Bob to some of my old friends, and a lot of people refer to me as Bobby. So for me, Rob is my more professional sort of an attitude, whereas Bobby is more my own personality, which heaven help us where that's going to bring us. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference here between those two. So just so you got it. So it is currently still 69 degrees, expected high of 80 degrees today. Very humid out there. Liquid soup. 8:22 tonight for a sunset, which is still cool. I like that. After 8 o'clock, we got plenty of light in the day. You can't be cold.
I'm cold. I got to put my sweatshirt on.
You
I
want
was
some
hot
cheese?
Before. Huh?
Want some cheese?
Cheese with my wine?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So today, though, it's going to be cloudy, and but at least, no snow today.
Yes.
So,
Or rain.
or well,
Please don't say that awful S word.
It's a 4-letter word, too.
You know, the
is.
superintendent's coming in right behind you at 8 o'clock.
Yo,
He's probably listening right now. He hates that word.
he does.
Yes.
Oh, I'll bet.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Although there weren't that
No.
many of them this
No,
past
not many.
winter.
No.
Not like
No.
the year before.
Now, Pete, let me
Oy.
ask you this: the superintendent of schools. I don't. What's his name?
Stefan Zabrowski.
Okay. Does Stefan have any influence on my show whatsoever?
No, but
Okay.
no.
Snow.
You're-
You're going to be respectful of your other hosts. Thank you very much.
I can hit him for him.
I apologize. I'm just being funny, or attempting to.
attempting
It wasn't
to.
funny.
Attempting to. Come on, you were laughing
Well, a little bit.
a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So we've got we're way behind on the music end. It is 7:07.
I can sing.
And no, you really can't.
Okay.
But that's.
It's offering.
I mean, hey, we
Wow.
we already had Marilyn doing "Happy Birthday." You had your chance. You gave it up. You blew it. No, thank you. So you have to wait till next week, maybe.
Whatever.
So let's just jump right into our Floyd fix, which, as anybody that's ever listened to any of my shows knows, Pink Floyd, my all-time favorite band. This is actually one of the first songs that I really liked by Pink Floyd. One of my best friends, going all the way back to high school, Randy, he was the one that introduced me to Floyd, as weird as that sounds. And it was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And kind of totally fell in love with the group. But here is the 2011 remix version, which I guess just means they jazzed it up, they cleared it up, and got rid of the snap, crackle, and pops from the albums. But here is Time, and you're listening to The Bobby G Show.
at ease. You hear the softly spoken magic spell.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes and Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
Underwriting for WSKB's community radio programming is brought to you in part by R. Levesque Associates. They are offering landscape architecture, civil engineering, environmental permitting, and land surveying. RLA is a second-generation company devoted to excellence in the planning and design of outdoor spaces. On the web at rlaland.com or at 40 School Street in Westfield.
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Hey, good morning once again. What was
Big
that?
sigh coming
Yeah.
back. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I
it's-
was drawing my coffee up to my mouth, so.
Oh, okay. All right. So we've got welcome back to the Bobby G and Company show, a brand new title for our radio program. It is 7:17 in the morning. We've got an outside temp of 69 degrees. I swear to you, it's 96 degrees in the studio today.
We can open some windows,
I was going to ask you
During the
about
break.
that. Okay, cool. We're expecting a high today of 80 degrees and sunset 8:22. Really cloudy, very humid today. Very humid. So all that important stuff out of the way. And I just had a little powwow with one of the students that in the graphics art department. And great guy. Oh, here comes Pete. Look at this. He's going to take care of Windows. He is the man, the myth, the legend.
A legend in his own mind.
So now I can talk smack if Pete can't. He's not on the air right now with us. He's opening Windows. So
I have a very loud voice.
he has a very loud voice. That's awesome. So I was talking to Mike, who's one of the graphics art students, and one of the things that I want to have some fun with is the logo that you guys
Thanks,
see. Thank you, Pete. The logo that you guys see when the music is playing, and that one that's up there now, well, not at this moment, but so far with the little ghost and the Enterprise up there at a Bobby G and Company
it's
show.
behind us.
It's behind us. Yes, it is. That was something I put together this weekend just to have something that was matching the show title. Well, the student came in and we were talking, and one of the things that I want to do are caricatures of us doing different things.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And one of the ones,
Aren't you a caricature anyways?
I am, but I want it
caricature.
documented.
I got you half keyed out right now. I don't know if you noticed, but the ghost is bleeding through.
The ghost is. Oh
Bleeding
yeah,
through your
yeah,
shirt.
yeah. Yes, I can see that. Nice. Okay. So one of the there's going to be I'm hoping 3 different scenes that we're going to use for these, and one of them is they're all themed. One of them will be a Star Trek theme with. I'll be in like the original series uniform. You'll be on the other side of the screen in I don't know, some sort of an outfit. And then I think I'm going to have Pete. His caricature of Pete will be maybe riding a Klingon ship, firing at you, killing you. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then the next one we're going to do will be Star Wars theme, where I'll be like in a Darth Vader outfit. You're going to have Leia buns.
Princess Leia? Oh,
and we'll have Pete probably flying the TIE fighter, shooting at you.
Of course.
And then
He's trying to kill me.
I am. And then the third one, this is the one I really want to see
Oh,
done.
God.
Is the theme of that one's going to be Jaws, where I'm going to be on the mast of the ship with the rifle,
Right.
shooting. You're going to be right in front of the shark coming out of the water with a little ducky around you, an inflatable
Oh, my
ducky,
God.
holding the scuba tank.
Have you
Okay.
really told Mrs. Grimsley about all this work?
Yes, I did actually, and she thought it was funny as heck.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
That's
have
a lot of work.
I'm going to have Pete. His character is going to be riding the shark.
Why don't I be
How
the
come
shark?
He gets to have all the fun. He gets
Why
to
don't I be
ride-
the shark?
He gets to ride on
We
the
could do
ship.
something like that. I
You
would
caricature me as the shark.
Have you noticed that I die in all three of these?
but you come back for each one in a sequel.
Oh, there's a sequel.
So we're going to have some fun with this. Hey, you know what? Look at the bright side of this.
There's a bright side?
There is, because Caitlin and Hope do not have a place in these caricatures. They live through all the episodes.
Oh, jeez
Okay.
Louise. Whatever.
Nice try there, Rob.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Hey, wait a minute. I got that one.
Mine's better. Whatever.
There
Whatever.
we go. There we
See,
go.
it sounds just like me. I
It does
think.
actually. It's
Yeah.
it's very very very
So
close.
when you're missing me, you play that when you're home, right?
That's all I got to do.
Okay.
You know,
See?
if I've got enough buttons on here, I could probably do the what's happening. You know, just key in the right order and stuff like that.
Well, what's happening?
7:22 at WSKB
Oh, boy,
Westfield.
you're pushing today.
Time's flying.
It is. This broadcast has taken off. Completely honest.
Out of
So,
control.
one of the things that I do want to, I'm going to keep going, is the normally 7:00 dedication. We've actually caught
a
up.
little
Pete,
late.
we're pretty close to getting caught up.
Yeah, we're pretty close. Yeah,
We're only 22 minutes behind.
we cut a couple of songs, but sure.
Well, no, we haven't yet. That's the thing. We only cut the later on songs, but we gained 23 minutes back out of our earlier escapades.
Whatever you say.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Chatty Cathy over here.
Chatty Cathy, yep. So, well, a lot of important stuff going on today.
That's true.
Big day in the news.
Yeah.
So when I talked to one of our good friends, Ed Starks, who is one of my tech managers for Ag1 Paranormal, Ed actually does the mechanical applications of the tech department, and great guy. He's been with us for a long time.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, he's well. I'm not going to say. I
Well,
can't say he's a sweetheart. You can say that.
Yeah.
But Ed's funny, Pete. You'll meet Ed one day. He's like 6'3", 6'5",
yeah,
somewhere.
He's
He's
like
huge.
6'5".
I always jokingly tell him that the beef jerky commercial with Sasquatch, that's him. And
I don't look up to too many people because I'm 6 feet tall almost, 5'11" and a half. But when Ed's in the room, I'm looking up. So
yeah, Ed's a big boy.
he's big.
So when I talked to Ed, I was like, he actually just had major back surgery, and yeah, so
I didn't
he's
know
been dealing with that, and he just discovered that he has to have hip surgery.
Oh my God!
So
he's had his
he's-
knees done. He's like a bionic.
Oh yeah,
man.
yeah. There's no real original parts on him anymore.
Wow.
He's completely covered under warranty. But so he's going.
Sorry, Mike was taking my headshot.
Oh, that's okay. So he's actually heading to go and have the surgery on his hips in about a month. And so apparently there's got to be a 90-day space between major surgeries. I'm assuming that's for anesthesia reasons.
That and probably blood loss, things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so he's in a waiting cycle right now. And so when I was talking to him on the phone the other day, and I was like, hey, you know what? You haven't picked a song for me. Why don't you let me know what you want? And this is funny to me because everybody gets so intimidated by this. You ask them to pick a song, and it's like they go totally blank, and they have to get back to me like 6 hours later. So he was looking for something totally unique that there was no chance I had ever played it. And he picked out a song by Jim Morrison that I had actually never heard before. And so, Ed, this goes out to you, my friend, and it's kind of appropriate with the
Yes,
team
it
and
is.
everything. This is Jim Morrison and the Doors with the Ghost Song, and you're listening to the Bobby G and Company Show.
Awake. Shake dreams from your hair, my pretty child, my sweet one. Choose the day and choose the sign of your day, the day's divinity. first thing you see? A vast, radiant beach and a cool, jeweled moon. Couples naked race down by its quiet side. And we laugh like soft, mad children, smug in the woolly cotton brains of infancy. The music and voices are all around us. Choose, they croon, the ancient ones, the time has come again. Choose now, they croon, beneath the moon, beside an ancient lake. Enter again the sweet forest, enter the hot dream, come with us. Everything is broken up in dances. Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding, ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind. We have assembled inside this ancient and insane theater to propagate our lust for life and flee the swarming wisdom of the streets. The barns are stormed, the windows kept, and only one of all the rest to dance and save us with the divine mockery of words, music and flame's temperament. Oh, great creator of being, grant us one more hour to perform our art and perfect our lives. We need great golden copulations. When the true king's murderers are allowed to roam free, 1,000 magicians arise in the land. Where are the feasts we were promised?
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Hey, good morning once again, everybody. This is Bobby Goff with the Bobby G and Company Show, and welcome back. It is 7:30 in the morning. Normally, we'd be wrapping up right now. Actually, I would have wrapped up by now. We'd be on our way to deal with the traffic and everything that is Westfield Center. But today, we were asked if we could stick around for a little bit longer. So
It may actually help your traffic situation.
yes, it may. So we're going to hang out with you for just a little bit longer. And we're still looking at 69 degrees out there, still expecting a high of 80. But as Pete had said earlier,
Little bit of blue?
I can see blue.
A lot of blue now.
Yeah.
So today is a busy day for the school department. It's the Westfield Technical Academy graduation day.
Yeah, Mike was just telling me about that.
So the graduation's at the airport for the first time ever.
Oh, wow.
And it's only a one-off because they're working on Bullens Field. They can't do it there this year. So
Yeah.
it's a one-off. So, after I'm done with you guys and the superintendent, I'm moving up there. So Tiger Talk is off today.
Yeah.
They're getting ready for graduation.
Yeah.
Superintendent's going to come in from 8 to 9, where his normal slot is 8:45 to 10, because I think he's got senior awards up at Westfield High School because their graduation is Friday. So
Yeah.
there's all kinds of stuff going around, and he wanted to do a show, but we're trying to we're moving parts today.
Yep. Yeah, we're being flexible.
Yeah, and I
That's-
figured you could do another half an hour standing on your head. So.
Oh, yeah, that's easy
Yeah,
peasy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
So-
know about Lynn, but
No, actually, you know what?
I got to worry about your ride.
Yeah, exactly. I got to give credit where credit's due. Lynn's an awesome co-host with this. She picks me up at home and brings me in, and it's like,
When are you getting your car fixed?
I don't know. It's a low priority.
See, otherwise you'd be helping me load up you'd be helping me with graduation setup until your wife could pick you up this afternoon.
Yeah. You see, that's all the more reason not to get my car fixed. But
I'll
yeah,
put you to work, no problem.
yeah, I know you would. I definitely know that.
Yeah, then you'd have to double his paycheck. And,
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not cheap. I may be easy, but I'm not cheap.
Well,
Right.
And it's
that's
just
debatable.
What?
That you're not cheap.
So anyway, on that note, so I mean, like we've been talking so much about all different things that are very, very relevant. Today is the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and we do have some more talking that we're going to do about that in just a few minutes. But yeah, it really, again, for me, while I wasn't born yet when that happened, it blows my mind that it's been 75 years.
Yeah, I agree.
And something, and okay, now I'm going to digress here just a little bit. Kind of going with today, but with a D-Day, mindset with this, and you'll get where I'm going in just a moment.
Okay.
They've got all of these delegates, presidents, country leaders, and everything currently over in the Normandy area, and they're doing all these programs. Am I the only one that thinks it's in poor taste that the Chancellor of Germany is a part of that?
Well,
No, because Germany has evolved.
Yeah, but we're not talking about today. We're talking about the 75th anniversary of what happened.
he has respect for
Right, but the German-
what happened.
Yeah, the German people, I mean, you don't want to. Here's the thing. The whole point of the World War II started because after World War I, we treated Germany like a conquered nation, and we didn't treat them well. So therefore, we buried the economy. We ripped their country apart. We spoils, and the Nazi Party was allowed to rise to power in those conditions. So the Americans, the Allies after World War II, decided that they weren't going to do that again because they didn't want another Nazi Party to rise. And that's literally the way Germany was treated after World War I, stripping them their armies and things like that, was a direct precursor to World War II. It led to World War II directly.
You may have an argument with that, but for me, I mean, I don't subscribe to that. It's just
the history proves it out.
and
that
that
one.
could be. I mean, that could very well be, and I'm not disputing anything that you're putting out there. But for me, and I'm really going to reach, and I apologize for this. I mean, that would be like having somebody from the Taliban involved in the anniversary of 9/11.
Osama bin Laden showing up at one of the
that's different because the
ceremonies.
Nazi Party's not
Yeah.
being represented there. The German people are being represented there.
That's true. That's a good
The Nazi
point.
Party is the direct
That's a
result
good
of
point.
World War II.
They-
If they still had a Nazi Party and the chancellor was part of the Nazi party or something like that,
then that would
then
be
that would
different.
be in poor taste. Yes.
I don't know. I just to me, I just see it. Frankly,
I think it's
to
too-
me, it's in poor taste.
Too broad a net.
But I get where you're going with it.
Yeah,
I
not
guess,
every not every
it's-
German was part of the Nazi regime. Some
there's-
Germans were against it.
There's arguments, but it's just I was very surprised.
I
that
understand
when I was
your
watching
argument.
the news.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really even an argument. It's more of an observation. It was just like I was looking at this and I'm like, my wife said I looked like I just ate a piece of lemon. I had a sour look on my face. I'm like, what the hell is she doing there?
You can't blame
And-
Angela Merkel for
Well,
that.
Respect.
no, but I'm just saying. I mean, I was just surprised. But then
That's
now-
very Klingon of you, though.
It is. And don't get me going with that.
No, seriously, that's very Klingon. You're blaming the entire house for one person's bad deeds.
I don't know. It's just okay. So then
You
now,
are dishonored, sir.
Now going into the one that did make me kind of chuckle to myself. We've probably all seen in the media the President Trump baby balloon, that it's like a parade float, that it's him in a diaper.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I read an article that I found very, very amusing. There was a woman that was apparently in London, I believe it was, that destroyed that balloon because she was offended by it.
Well,
And
the BBC put it on their studio with their anchors. That was up in poor taste.
But this woman actually destroyed that balloon because she felt it was offensive to the president.
Well, there's
Well,
a
it kind
interesting.
of
Did
is.
somebody cover
Well,
that?
of course.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, did anybody
you're-
cover that?
No, you're not going to see that on the media.
No, of course not.
But
Especially from
it just, it was like, I was like, wow, hey, that's pretty cool. Thank you very much. I don't care if you voted for Trump or if you didn't. I don't care. That's your business. That's your decision. But the bottom line, he is the president of the United States, and he does need to be treated with respect. And that really frosts my cookies when you see all these people taking pot shots at him over and over again. It's like, okay, well, he's been vindicated on this. We're going to attack him on something else. It's like, really? Move on.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you look at all the press that's coming out of London with his whole visit, it's all so negative.
Oh, of course.
And they're making fun of the fact that the two princes won't do a photo op with him.
Who cares?
And, there's nothing about the good stuff that hopefully would come out of
Yeah.
their...
Hey, you know what? I saw a post on Facebook that said something about Trump is 70-something years old and you never see him wearing glasses. You know why that is? Because he's got perfect 20/20.
Yeah, I'll bet.
So, meaning he'll be back in as president for a second term in 2020.
I hope so.
We'll see. We'll see. But you know what?
I hope so.
I'm curious to see where all the politicians are going to spend their millions, attacking him next. What's going to be the next target? But hey, whatever. Enough. I digress.
7:39 at WSKB
Here we
Westfield.
go.
Pete is like that little
Gnat?
no. What do they call that? The cuckoo clock.
Oh,
He keeps
yeah.
coming out
Yeah.
periodically and letting me know what time it is, which is cool.
Because you're not looking at the one in the studio.
Actually, I
We
am.
are. We're just ignoring it.
I am. So we're gonna break into another song, and I felt this one was appropriate with D-Day, and this is actually a song by Creed, and this is "My Sacrifice," and you're listening to the Bobby G and Company Show.
when you are with me, I'm free, I'm careless, I believe. Oh, but all the others will fly. This brings tears to my eyes. 'Cause when you are with me, I'm free, I'm careless, I believe. Oh, but all the others will fly. This brings tears to my eyes. My sacrifice, my sacrifice. I just want to say hello again. My sacrifice.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Hey, good morning once again. This is Bobby Goff, and you are listening to the Bobby G and Company show. We are getting ready to wrap up here. It's this weather is just so weird. It was supposed to be cloudy all day. Now I can just see clouds on the horizon, basically. Other than that,
it's burning
Yeah,
off.
that was all gone.
So, but yet the app said cloudy all day, so it lied.
Yeah, well, it was going to clear out. It was just a question of when. It didn't rain all that much last night because I was expecting my car to get cleaned off
Yeah,
with all the pollen on it from my pine trees.
yeah,
And it's still green.
still green.
Go to the car wash.
Yeah, really.
Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to or just hose it off.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain. So we still got a temperature of 69 degrees. Hasn't moved at all in the 2 hours that we've been here.
Yeah.
Which is
And
Which
a
is
bit
to be
muggy.
expected. It's very muggy. Yeah,
I
it's
feel the air
definitely-
conditioner finally kicked on.
Oh, good.
We could probably close the windows.
All right, I'll let you do that later.
Yeah.
Do we? Yeah, that's a stupid question. Do we during the summer? Are we going to have control over the environment in this studio?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to our buildings guy and make sure that we have early ons and things like that.
Yeah, because I mean, that would be brutal.
Yeah, it was
to do
warm this
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, definitely. When we got here, it was a little balmy, shall we say?
Yeah, it was warm.
It was tropical.
Well, because the school doesn't technically start till 7 o'clock, so why turn on the whole building?
Sure. Yeah, I get it.
You
I
know,
definitely
cool when
get
you
it.
don't need to cool.
Yep, I definitely get
I get it. Yeah, no, I understand. I'll
So-
send him an email.
I'm gonna put you on a technical spot here. How's it looking for our communications setup? Are we gonna have a phone line anytime soon, or do I have to have the mayor of Westfield come on this broadcast here?
No, I'm working on it.
You are the man.
It's a matter of money, so I have to wait till the fiscal year starts.
So do we have to do a GoFundMe page or anything?
No, no.
Fiscal starts July 1st.
Yeah, fiscal year starts July 1st. So
All
I'm going
right.
to put in the purchase order for July 1st, and it'll get moving then.
No, stupid question. I'm assuming, and I think I'm going to answer my own question. I'm assuming it's going to be a different phone number than the studio on the campus.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
So, okay.
Yep, we'll have that advertised, once we get it. And I don't want to take a ton of phone calls, but what I'm going to do is the plan is to give it to the guests.
Yeah.
Because general phone calls, nobody really calls in anyways.
Sure.
So, but for the guests and things like that.
Well, that's it exactly. I mean, because every time that we've had a guest, like we had Rich Horn from Colorado, and then Becky Vickers from the Dallas area of Texas, and we had to actually film or tape those. I can film, yeah, right. We had to tape those at the college because of the phone line issue.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
So okay, that'll be great when that's up and running. Hey, what's up with the studio? I mean, are we going to be is the carpentry department going to be putting together that new desk? Is that yay?
Yeah,
nay?
that's going to be in the fall when they come back. So
okay, all right.
Unless you know a good builder somewhere that would be willing to donate one, I'll buy the materials. I'll pay for it out of my own pocket if I have to.
All right. Well, I'll look into that. Lynn, you no, you don't know anybody that does construction?
I'll ask around.
Ask around.
Yeah.
All right, we'll look into that for you, Pete. I've got my girl.
I'm not super complicated. I just want something nice that I can mount the stuff to, and
Yeah, exactly.
something looks halfway decent.
Sure. Well, we've got our girl around town now tackling that project. So, we've been talking a lot today about the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and before I get into D-Day, let me wrap up, and then we'll end with this special ending. I want to thank everybody for listening to the show today. I hope you guys enjoyed the new format, and love to hear back from you on feedback one way or the other. And you can email me directly at agawam.paranormal@aol.com. You could send me what you'd like to hear for subject matter, guests, suggestions, music choices. I mean, I'd love to dedicate a song to you if you got something you want to hear. Or if there's a special day, maybe an anniversary or something, you want me to put in a dedication for you on the air, definitely send that to me. And
Don't forget events.
and then definitely, actually now, because of Lynn's Corner, add anything you've got. If you've got a special event coming up that you want to promote, let me know about it. We'll put it on our calendar. And if it's something that you want to promote yourself, love to put you on the guest seat, and we'll talk to you and interview you, and we'll get the word out for your special event. So again, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. And
By the way, just a little aside for your final song.
Yep.
At the Memorial Day celebration in Westfield, we had a parade that led down to Parker Park, where they've kind of put all of the war monuments. They put them in one park.
Yep.
And Westfield High School band, they had one player playing this song that you could see in the park.
Okay.
And they had one outside on the street, starting about halfway through or almost at the end, and they played it a distance away so you could hear the echo of it, like the faint
that's
echo.
awesome.
It was
Oh, wow.
unbelievable.
That's incredible.
I have goosebumps.
Yeah, exactly. I did too, and I heard it because I could, I heard it and I was like, okay, somebody's playing that farther away, and they picked right up, kind of right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like that echo off in the distance. You know what I mean? Playing it like a ghostly sound.
That's awesome.
It was wild.
So I've got 3 points of interest that each one of us is going to make one of them on this. And Pete, after the third one, when you're done speaking, start the song then, because there is a moment of silence to begin this.
Okay.
And so we're going to play very emotional, very heartfelt song. This is Taps, and we're going to play for you to end the show. And a couple of points of reference for you that you may not have been aware of. Taps was actually first played at the Harrison's Landing, Virginia, in July of 1862.
Within 9 months, it was adopted by both the Union and Confederate forces.
And in 1891, taps became the standard component of a U.S. military funeral.
And with that, folks, again, thank you for listening to the Bobby G and Company show. We'll be back with you next week, and please be safe.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided